Dear viewers, welcome to the course Data Structure and Applications. This is session 3 of module 3. Myself Satisha MS, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Canara Engineering College, Bantwal, Mangaluru. In the previous session, that is session 2 of module 3, we have discussed some of the operations that can be performed on linked list. In this session, we are going to study other operations that can be performed on linked list. One is deleting the node with a given item, and next you are going to see how to implement a stack using linked list concept and how to implement a queue using linked list, that is linked queue. Deleting the node with a given item of information, the function find b will check whether the given key element, that is item, is present in the linked list or not. If the key element is present, that means if the search is successful, then this function will return the address of a node which contains the key element and its predecessor node address through the variable LOC. So, if the key element is present, then this node will return the address of a node which contains the key element, store the address of a node which contains the key element to the variable LOC, and its predecessor address will be stored into a variable LOCP. This function will take these many parameters. Info means data field, link means the next field, start is nothing but the address of a first node, item is the key element to be searched, LOC is the variable which receives the base address of a node which contains the key element, otherwise it is null. LOCP receives the address of a predecessor node of a node which contains a key element. So, that means this procedure finds the location LOC of the first node n which contains item and the location LOCP of the node preceding n. If item does not appear in the list, then this procedure sets LOC is equal to null, and if appears in the first node, then set LOCP is equal to null. Why LOCP is equal to null? Because if the key element is present in the first node itself, then to the first node there is no predecessor node. So, if the key element is present, then the node with the key element will be deleted from the main function. Here this particular function will be used. This particular function will be used to identify whether the key element is present or not. If the key element is present, this function will return two things, that is the address of a predecessor node and address of a node which contains the key element. So, with these two values from a main function, we are going to delete a node which contains the key element. The code to delete a node which contains the key element is not specified inside this function. Here we assume that we are deleting a node from a main function. So, first it will check whether the list is empty or not. If the list is empty, then there is no point in deleting a node, there is no question of deleting a node. So, how can I check whether the node or a linked list is empty or not? If start is equal to null, the start is always pointing to the first node of a linked list. If start is equal to null, then there is no node in the memory, there is no linked list in the memory. So, therefore, set is equal to null and set LOC is equal to null and LOCP is equal to null, then return. There is no question of deleting a node. So, let us assume that you have a node or linked list in the memory, you have a linked list in the memory. That linked list consists of 3 nodes in it, 3 node linked list. 3 node linked list. So this node is pointing to this node, and here the link field of this is pointing to this, and link field of the last node is null, and here the variable start is pointing to the first node. So it will check whether start is equal to null. No, condition is not true because start is pointing to the first node. So therefore it directly goes to the second statement. So let us assume that the key element or element which are present in these nodes are 10, 20 and 30, 10, 20 and 30, and the key element you wanted to search is also 10. Assume that key element I wanted to search is 10. So first it will check the first condition. If start is equal to null, no, start is not null, it goes to the second statement. So if start of info is equal to item, start of info is 10 and item is also 10, as the condition is true, that means the key element is present in the first node itself. So therefore LOC is equal to start. Set LOC, that is starting address of a node, or node which contains the key element is the first node. That address is going to be stored into a variable LOC, and to the first node there is no predecessor node. So therefore LOCP is equal to null. LOCP is equal to null, and it will return the control to the main function. Let us assume that the key element is not present in the first node, which is present in some other node in the linked list. Let us assume that now the key element is 30. So first statement is not holds good. If start is equal to null, no, condition is not true, it is pointing to the first node. So if start of info is equal to item, no, start of info is 10 and item is, in our case now it is 30. So condition second statement is also not true. So it goes to the third statement. After checking first two condition, it goes to third statement. It will take some other variables like save. Save is pointing to the first node now. Save is pointing to the first node, and ptr is equal to start of link. Ptr is pointing to the next node. Ptr is pointing to the next node. Now while ptr not equal to null, yes, ptr is not null. Ptr is the address of this node, it is not null. Ptr of info is equal to item, no, ptr of info is 20, item is 30. This condition is not true. It goes to the step number 6 and it will update the pointers. Save is equal to ptr and ptr is equal to ptr of link. So save is goes to the next node now, and ptr goes to the its next node. Ptr goes to its next node. Now ptr comes to this node. So it will be removed from this. Ptr is removed from this node and save is removed from this node. So since it is a while loop, it goes back to here. Ptr not equal to null, as the condition is true. Ptr of info is equal to item, as again the condition is true. Ptr of info is 30 and item is also 30. Condition is true. Then set LOC is equal to ptr. That means LOC means the node address of a node which contains the key element, and LOCP is equal to save. Save means its predecessor node. LOCP receives the address of its predecessor node and then return. Suppose if the key element is 50, I is equal to 50, even after reaching last node, will not find the key element. So therefore ptr becomes null. Ptr not equal to null, condition is evaluated as false. It will comes out from the while loop and it will set LOC is equal to null, means search is unsuccessful. If the key element is not present, it will set the value null to the variable LOC, indicating that search is unsuccessful. Then after receiving the values of LOC and LOCP, the main function will delete a node which contains the key element. Next it is a linked stack concept. We are going to see how to implement a stack using linked list. As already you people have studied how to implement a stack using array. So now we will see how to implement a stack using linked list concept. So you know the definition of a stack. Stack is a special type of data structures in which elements are inserted from one end, that is top end, and elements are deleted from the same end called top end. The element which is inserted last into the stack will be deleted first from the stack. So, stack is also called as last in first out data structure. We will see how to implement the same using linked list. So, this is the pictorial representation of a linked stack. So, this is the first node what you have inserted into the stack, and if you wanted to insert a one more element, you have to create a node above this. So, therefore, this becomes the last node, then therefore, the link field of this node is null. So, 0 indicates null here. Then the link field of this node is pointing to the next node, and link field of this node is pointing to this, link field of this node is pointing to the next node, and the variable top is always pointing to the topmost element in the list, topmost element in the list. So, these are the two fields, data field and the link field, data field and the link field. So this is the pictorial representation of a stack. First node is at the end, the next element what you are going to insert into the stack comes front of the first node, front of the first node, and next node will comes front of this, and this one will comes to the front of this. So, therefore, implementation of push operation with respect to linked stack is same as inserting an element to the front of the linked list. Keep inserting an element to the front of the list. So, another important thing you should keep in mind with respect to the linked stack concept is that here you are not going to get a stack overflow or stack underflow condition, because the node of a list are created as and when you need an element, that is nodes are created dynamically. So, therefore, you are not going to get the stack full or stack empty condition. And another important thing is that here we are using a multiple stack, we are using a or you are implementing a multiple stack. That means, we are assuming that more than one stack is present in the memory. So, based on that assumption, you are writing a push and pop function. This is the C representation of linked stack. That means, how actually you are going to store the elements of the stack inside a memory. Here we are using two structure definition. This structure definition, second structure definition is for the entire node. The first structure definition is for the first field, that is for the data field. So, while representing or while pictorially representing a linked list, we have shown only one field of a data node or only one information of the data field. You can have more than one field in the data field also, more than one information in the data field also. So, that is why we have used a structure definition even for the data field. So, in that data field of a node, we are generally showing only the key element. Other fields are not shown with respect to this syllabus. If you wanted to have more than one information in the data field, then you go for a structure. As I already mentioned that here we are using or we are implementing a multiple stacks. That means, more than one stack, we are assuming that more than one stack are present inside a memory. So, that is why we are using a array of top. Top is not a single variable, it is a more than one variable. So, top of I means ith top is equal to null, means top of I is equal to null, means ith top is null, means there is no node or there is no elements in the ith stop. That means, if the I value is equal to 1, then first stack there is no element. Here I values are ranging from 0. So, I is equal to 0 means first stack, I is equal to 1 means second stack, like that. So, if I top of I is equal to 0 means no elements in the first stack. So, if top of 2 is equal to null means there is no element in the third stack. This is the push operation of linked stack. So, we will see how the push operation on a linked stack works. It will take two parameter, one is I representing the stack number, and another one is another one is item of type element. Element is here, it is a structure, here it is a structure, So item you wanted to insert is read to this variable, and you have to specify to which stack you wanted to insert an element. So let us assume that you have two stacks in the memory, So first stack is having 3 nodes. First stack is having 3 nodes. This we have already created, and this is pointed by top of, assume that this is represented by this is pointed by top of 0, because this is the first stack, top of 0. So elements are 1, 2 and 3, and here you are storing a null in the link field of the last node. And another stack with two nodes, so here link field of this node is null. This is pointed by top of 1. Assume that this is pointed by top of 1. You have two stacks in the memory. So if you wanted to insert a new element, you have to clearly specify to which stack you wanted to insert, whether you wanted to insert an element to the stack number 0, or you wanted to insert an element into the stack number 1. That is represented by the variable I. So let us assume that I wanted to insert an element to the stack number 1. So therefore in this case the value of I is equal to 1. Stack pointer temp, I will declare one more pointer variable stack pointer to create a node. So malloc of temp, it is a macro and it's a malloc function. This create a node. Temp comma size of star temp, this first parameter is to give a name to a newly created node, and second parameter represent the size of the node and its field. So since temp is a stack pointer is a structure which consists of two fields. One is data field and another is a link field. Data field is of type element and link field is again a stack pointer. So when this particular statement is get executed, it will create a node with the name temp. And this is consist of two fields. One is data field and another one is link field. So and I already mentioned that I'm trying to insert an element to the stack number 1, that is in my case I is equal to 1. So temp of data is equal to item. Let us assume that item is 10. Here it is already 20 and 30 is present in the stack number 1. So temp of data is equal to item, and so inserting so already you have a element 20 and 30. You are inserting a new element 10 that should comes above this, in front of these elements. So therefore temp of link is equal to top of I. So top of I value is 1, top of 1 is address of this. So address of this is going to be stored here. So therefore this is pointing to this node. The link field of this is pointing to this node, and then this becomes the topmost element. Now you have to remove top from this node, then top of I is equal to temp. Now top of 1 is pointing to this node. This is how you are going to insert an element into the linked stack. The push function of linked stack works like this. Pop operation of linked stack. So we'll see how to delete an element from the linked list implementation of stack. So that means as per the definition of a stack, the element which is inserted first into the stack will be deleted last from the stack, or the element which is inserted last into the stack will be deleted first from the stack. So in the linked implementation of a stack, there is no possibility of getting a stack overflow. This is because node of the linked stacks are going to be created from the heap area of the memory. As long as you have a space in the heap area of the memory, you can keep creating a node. So therefore we have not checked stack overflow condition with respect to push operation, but in case of pop operation there is a possibility of getting a stack empty condition. So when the stack is empty, if there is no node in the stack, then the particular stack is empty. So here the return type of this function is element, because this is returning an item which is deleted from the stack. The type of a item is element, therefore return type of this function is element. Name of the function is pop, and it is taking one parameter I. I is used to represent the stack number from which stack you wanted to delete. Then stack pointer temp is equal to top of I. So far there is no stacks created in the memory, so therefore top of I is null, temp is also receives null. So if of not null is evaluated as true, it will return stack is empty. If there is no stack in the memory, then the function will return the error message that the stack is empty. So let us assume that you have two stacks in the memory. You have two stacks with this many number of nodes. First stack is having 3 nodes. Assume that assume the same old example. First stack is having 3 nodes. This is pointed by top of 0, top of 0, top of 0, that is 0 stack. And second stack, that is stack number 1, is also having 3 nodes, and the link field is like this, and link field of the last node is null, and this is pointed by top of 1. This is pointed by top of 1, that is stack number 2. So here you have to clearly specify that from which stack you wanted to delete an element. So if you wanted to delete an element from the stack number 0, I value is 0. If you wanted to delete an element from the stack number 1, then I value is 1. So let us assume that I wanted to delete an element from the stack number 0. So therefore I is equal to 0. I will take a variable temp is equal to top of 0. That means temp is pointing to the node where the top of 0 is pointing to. Then element is equal to item. This is to store an deleted element. Now item is equal to temp of data. Let us assume that the element of this is 10. So item becomes 10 now. Temp of data means temp is this one. Temp of data means data field of this node is equal to 10. Item receives the 10. Then after deleting this node becomes the top node. Therefore that's why you have to change the pointer temp of I is equal to temp of link. Sorry, top of I is equal to temp of link. So now top of 0 is pointing to this node. Top of 0 is pointing to this node. Then free of temp. Free of temp means this is pointed by temp. This will be removed. This will be removed. Then after removing, you are returning a item, deleted item, to a main function. From a main function, you are printing the deleted element. That's why return type of this function is element. So this diagram shows the pictorial representation of linked queue. We'll see how to implement a queue using linked list. So as per the definition of a queue, you know, it's a rare insertion and front deletion. If you wanted to insert an element into the linked queue, then it is equal to inserting an element at the end of the linked list. And if you wanted to delete an element from the queue, then it's equal to deleting an element from the front of the linked list. Here we are maintaining two pointer variables. One is front, is always pointing to the first node or a front node of a queue, and another one is rare, is always pointing to the last node of the queue. So how to identify the last node? And the link field of the last node is always holds the value null. So this is the pictorial representation of a queue. So as I already mentioned with respect to the linked stack, here also in case of linked queue, there is no question of getting a stack full or queue full or queue overflow condition. This is because the nodes of a queue are going to be created as and when you need an element. That means you are going to create a node dynamically. Nodes of a linked queue are from the heap area of the memory. So as long as a space in the heap of a memory, you keep on getting a nodes from a heap. So once there is no memory in the heap, then there is a possibility of getting a queue overflow. That condition is very rare. Getting such condition is very rare. That's why with respect to add queue and delete queue function, sorry, with respect to add queue function, we are not checking whether the queue is full or not. Same thing with respect to the push operation. With respect to push operation, we are not checking whether the queue, sorry, stack is full or not. This is the representation of linked queue, that is C representation of linked queue. Here I have shown only one structure definition of a node. So other structure definition of stack is applicable for this also. In your exam, if they ask you to write the C representation or representation of, simply a representation of a linked queue, you have to write two structure. One structure is for a data field and another structure is for the entire node. Why a structure for the data field? Because in the data field you can store more than one information, but in our examples we are storing only one information. So if you wanted to store more than one information in the data field of a node, then you have to go for a structure. So name of that structure is element. So data field is of type element and link field is of type queue pointer. It's a pointer because it holds a address of a next node. Here we are assuming the maximum number of queues can be created inside a memory is 10 and friend is equal to null. Suppose if when friend can be pointing to null if there is no node in a particular queue. So here also it is a multiple queue concept. So queue number is represented with the index variable I. If front of I is equal to null means there is no element in the 0th queue or queue number 0. So add queue is going to add an element to the ith queue. You have to specify the queue number, which queue you wanted to insert and element you wanted to insert into the particular queue. So let us assume that you have already two queues in the memory with the three nodes. Each of the queue is having three nodes. So this is null and this is friend. So this is front of 0. Front of 0 is pointing to the front node of a 0th queue. This is rear of 0. Rear of 0 is pointing to the last node of the queue number 0. And assume that this is the another queue, that is queue number 1 with the two nodes. And here the front of F stands for FR stands for friend. FR of 1, that is queue number 1, is pointed by front node of queue number 1 is pointed by FR of 1. This is rear of 1. Assume that these are the two queues which are already present in the memory. Then I will take one more pointer variable to give a name to a newly created node. Then malloc function will create a node with a name temp. Assume that I wanted to insert a new element to the queue number 1. I wanted to insert an element to the queue number 1. So therefore value of I is 1. So that means to the rear of 1 you are going to insert. So this malloc function will create a node. Malloc function will create a node with the name temp. Name of this node is temp. This has to be inserted to the rear end of a first queue. So temp of data is equal to item. Assume that item is 10. That's going to be stored to the data field of a temp. So temp of link is equal to null because this is the last node. To the rear you are going to store or you are going to insert. That's why temp of link is equal to null. Then after that you have to check whether there is any node in the first queue or not. If there is no node in the first queue, then you have to make this node itself as the first node of the queue number 1. In our case, this is evaluated as false because front of 1, sorry, this is evaluated as true because front of 1 is pointing to this node. So it's not null. Suppose if it is null, if of null means it goes to the else part and make temp node as the front node. So in our case, front node is already present. So therefore, if of front of I is evaluated as true, so rear of link is equal to temp. So here we are having a null value. Replace that null value and you store the address of a temp. So therefore, this will be inserted to the rear end of the queue, and you have to make this node as the rear node. So rear of link is equal to temp, and you have to make that node as the rear node. So rear of I is equal to temp. That means rear of 1, I is 1, rear of 1 is removed from this and it is pointing to this node. So rear of 1 is command pointing this node. This is how we can insert a node into a linked queue. So now we will see how to delete an element from the queue. So as for the definition of a queue, deletion element means you have to delete an element from the front of the queue. So since this function is returning a deleted element, so therefore the return type of this function is element, and name of this function is delete queue, and you have to specify from which queue you wanted to delete an element. So before deleting an element, you have to check whether the element you wanted to delete is present in the specified queue or not. So since there is no nodes in the queue, so temp is equal to front of I is always pointing to null. So now here it is null because there is no node in the memory. So therefore, if temp of not null condition is true, it will return the queue is empty. If there is no node in any of the queue, then it will return error message that queue is empty, particular queue is empty. Suppose if the I value is 0, front of 0 is equal to null means there is no element in the queue number 0. Front of 1 is equal to null means there is no element in the queue number 1, like that. So far we have not created any of the queue here. So all the queues are empty. So front of I is null, therefore it will return empty error message. Assume that you have two queues in the memory, with 3 nodes. This is the first queue which contains 3 nodes, and the last node is null, and this is pointed by rear of 0. Rear of 0 is pointed to this node, pointing to this node, and front of 0 is pointing to the front node of queue number 0. And second queue is also having 3 nodes, that is queue number 1 is also having 3 nodes. This is pointing to this, and here this node is pointed by rear of 1, this is pointed by front of 1. Assume that I wanted to delete an element from queue number 1, therefore I value is 1. I will take queue, I will declare one more variable, say temp is equal to front of I means temp is pointing to the front node of a queue number 1, and element is equal to item. Let us assume that the element is stored here, it is 10. Element is equal to item. If temp value is not null, not null is evaluated as false, then it goes to the else part. So item is equal to temp of data. So here temp of data is 10, that is will be copied to a variable item. Then front of I is equal to temp of link. So front will be removed from this because this becomes the front node after deleting that temp node. So therefore front will be moved to the next node. Then free of temp. So you are going to delete this. Then you have to return the deleted item. Deleted element is present in the variable item, that will be returned to the main function. From the main function, you are printing the deleted element. So this is how delete function of linked queue works. So content of this presentation will be taken from these two textbooks. Taken from these two textbooks, that is one is Horowitz and another is Seymour Lipstud. Thank you one and all.